Howdy everyone, welcome back to more for 2024 Stoneburner Open for Dune Imperium Uprising. I'm your host and commentator, BlackShadow, and today I'm looking at action from Group R for the group stages of the competition. Here's a look at the table. You want to see the names at the top left. This game is literally happening right after the one I've just called in the last video, so we'll make it pretty abrupt here. EV Bomb has been dominating proceedings so far. 3 out of 3 means that he's more or less guaranteed a spot in the quarterfinals for himself. Hard to see how he's going to be kicked out of that at this position. But this match is going to be featuring OMANT, Pawned, or Pxned, Beeraffy, and Rick Troll, which makes this quite an interesting little game. Group R has actually had a fair bit of distance here. This is their 6th game out of 8, and everyone's 3rd here. And it's not been a great competition for anyone so far. OMANT won his first match and followed up with a last place in his second game. But for all of the 3 players, joint bottom of the table means there's a lot of pressure in this match here for one of them to try to win this and get back towards contention. Reminder, of course, qualification for the group's top 2 go through directly to the quarterfinals. 3rd, 4th, and 5th have to go through an additional wildcard playoff round to make their way there. So this makes this quite a key game here for those 3 players. If they can win, bring themselves out of kind of that relegation zone, that'll be huge for them. But a poor result here today is going to more or less condemn them to elimination of this competition unless they can win the last game and some results go their way here. So there's a lot to fight for in this one. Alright then, so I guess I'm ready for the match here. The board is having some change at the moment, so it's keeping us all off hands here. Anyways, CloutyFace has been picked as first player. It's 4 out of 5 games I've covered now where red has been the first seat. I found that still amusing, which means Rick Troll is going to be first up here in blue. Look at the business here. So, Spice Refinery and Harvest 4 contracts. Spice Refinery is going to be very desirable. A lot of people do like this, the water generation early. It's a nice spot to hit, obviously. Harvest 4 is a little hard to get hold of, very committing. Some of these are better at this than others. Obviously, you can get hold of water, maybe at Deep Desert. Maybe Margot can make it an easier job as well sometimes. Can be what it is. But the Imperium row, a couple of fun cards here. Public Spectacle is going to be the huge candidate here, and someone is going to try and reveal for this, you would imagine. But a lot of them got stuff as well. Charney's very powerful, very nice for the combat leaders. Coordination, very nice for like Shaddam and Irulan and stuff like that. And Reliable Informant and Priority Contracts are also pretty solid as well. So a lot of good choices there. As for the leaders, here's the pool. We are missing Staban, and we are missing Emperor Shaddam, actually. Shaddam actually would have been pretty good here, actually. So maybe Irulan's got some interesting edge here. But I expect we'll see Gurney, Muad'Dib. Oh no, Shaddam is there. Who is it we're missing? Margot, that's it. It's Margot we're missing. So, we'll see how things picked out. I expect we'll probably see a pretty aggressive lineup here. But who knows? Might be some differences here. So, drafting underway. Gurney picked in 4th position. Not a huge surprise. You're going to see Gurney a lot in this competition, I imagine. You're going to see him picked pretty early when he is able to there. Pretty popular. We do see Shaddam taken by Pxned in 3rd. Again, I do think this is a decent little Shaddam row, actually. I think there could be some fun stuff to have here. Try and deliver supplies, hit Deep Desert. Maybe even try and pick up the Harvest contract on the way. Use your ring to pick up some stuff. This is not a bad Shaddam row at all, as I mentioned. And if you can get hold of coordination, that'll look extra juicy as well. Sorry. If I sound a touch rough here, again, I've literally just the commentary of the last video, and I'm literally here this one. I've not had any break in the middle, so it's been absolutely solid. So they really goes sometimes to the format. We're getting a lot of games done in a very short space of time. Anyways, so Mart's got a decision to make of what he wants to go for here. I feel like it's either Fade, Muad'Dib, or Irulan. Jessica and Amber's not proved very popular. Jessica's someone that I think people want to use, but it's hard to see a real great niche for her here. Irulan seems not bad. You imagine you just see Muad'Dib a lot. Fade Ravel's also fine, though. I think all those 3 are okay. Muad'Dib taken in 2nd and Fade in 1st. Not a huge surprise here. So Shaddam will feel pretty happy. He's got the 3 fighters around him. So hopefully the 3 of them will beat the crap out of each other, and he'll be able to kind of take his own niche here. And I tell you what, when this conflict comes out, you might see exactly that. My goodness me. It is the Influence Skirmish. Muad'Dib and Gurney have both got daggers, and Fade is first to the throne here. There could be some extreme violence. And Fade's got his ring as well. He might even spy and chuck everything in here. This is an amazing spot for Shaddam. Oh, but Shaddam's pulled both his faction accesses immediately. That's a little awkward if he was trying to get himself to deliver supplies twice. So he's going to have to... I think Shaddam might have to go deliver Dutiful and pick up the Spice Refinery contract. Maybe he goes Dutiful first. I don't know. But if he wants to go down... But the problem is if he does that, he's not going to be able to... Oh, actually, it's a line, though. If he takes the Harvest contract, though, he can actually harvest it with his ring and then spend free side from that to make the space if he needs to. But it's a little bit awkward, this, for Shaddam to draw the double faction access. Let's see what he does here. Muad'Dib, unsurprisingly, is going to barrel it in. He's got double daggers. He's going to go all in. Gurney's got his ring. He's going to probably try and give himself chances at this. Might go secrets or something. I don't know. But there's going to be excessive violence. Fade Alpha must know that he's going to be in for a fight if he's going to try and win this. Yeah, deliver contract, deliver supplies, not a surprise. Shaddam's hoping he can get to Dutiful Service and pick up Spice Refinery. That's what he's going to be after here. Gurney Arakeens it, pulls his Diplo. He just pulls it with his ring as well. Just takes it all in here. Is he just going in here? Man. He must know what's going to happen if he does, but he does. Just blast it in. So Fade now knows that he can't really get involved anymore. And I think Fade is just going to reveal for Spectacle, and that's exactly what he's going to go ahead and do here. Ah, dear. Some things never change. He'll be hoping to get to Espionage and just live a public spectacle. It works. It's not the most interesting strategy, I don't think, but, you know, it is what it is. So, Muad'Dib has to work out if he's gonna what he does here. And the truth is, he can't really win this anymore because Arakeen was taken. It was obviously going to be his second spot, but it's been blocked, so there's not a lot you can really do here. Unless you go in Assembly Hall and try and fluke an intrigue. That's about all you can do here. Spice Refinery doesn't feel great. Imperial Basin doesn't feel great. Maybe you could go maybe Assembly Hall but then you never go in Espionage next round. Like you're just hitting Fremkit and Siege, assuming that Gurney wins the conflict, because Gurney won't be able to beat you to it. So as long as Fade doesn't win it, I don't think it matters too much for Green. I think Assembly Hall is probably where I would go here. Double agents on the row as well, and you might fluke an intrigue, but he might go Refinery instead. I think all three are okay. Maybe even go Assembly. You could even maybe go Gather Support, and then between Fremkit and Siege, you just target the next conflict instead. And the thing is, if he knew that Shaddam was getting his ring next round, he might actually do that. No, it's going to go contracting here for Refinery, I guess. Just sees water, goes straight. Pulls his ring, though. That is not what he wanted to see. That's a bad draw for Muad'Dib. Didn't want to see that. I still think Shaddam should go Dutiful. Maybe Secrets. He's got free Persuasion. There's nothing great out there. If you're really that desperate for coordination, I guess you could go Assembly Hall. I don't know if I'd go there enough and give up my Diplo, though. That doesn't feel too great. So Gurney will go Secrets. He finds Stockpiling immediately, which is huge. To find that instantly, pretty good feeling. So Gurney will take it down and get the pair. I assume he's going to take the Fremen bump here. They're just going to absolutely just barrel for hooks here, all three of them. Shaddam has to take advantage of this and like try and manipulate this to his best advantage. That's what he's got to do here. But he wanted coordination. I don't know if that was worth giving up diplomacy for, though. We'll see. So Gurney with 5 is going to get hold of Charney as well. Huge opening round for Gurney. Stockpiling, skirmish conflict, matching pair. And Charney. You have to take Charney. Charney's so good for Gurney. So good. No! He's going to go faction heavy. He's going to try and hit Diver Supplies and put spies down for Wheels Within Wheels and go between those two. I'm really surprised he didn't pick Charney, though. I guess he figures he's got a ton of... He needs to start getting stuff to go for stockpiling, perhaps, but... It's a surprising give up there. Charlie's so good with retreating those troops. You generate so many. Such a huge economy. I think I'd go down that route more often than not. Anyways, Muad'Dib gets second, picks up Spice's power immediately, which is insane. But he's wishing he went gather support now. Does he find access to Siege? He does. He absolutely rebinks his access to Siege. That is insane. What a draw. Second conflict, though, is Spice Traders. It's more daggers. It's more bumps. Muad'Dib might be looking at maybe going after this. He'd have to go Imperial Basin to do so. He's surely just got to go Fremkit and work it out from there. But I think he's considering a world he might go Fremkit and Imperial Base for the Spice. I think he might. He's thinking about it. Shaddam's got a... I don't know what Shaddam's going to do here. He's obviously not got a great hand. I assume he's just going to go accept contract here and just rock and roll. He's picked up Distraction, which is nice. But he can't do anything with it right now. Players will be wondering why Muad'Dib hasn't already done this. He pulls his ring, which is pretty good. They're going to wonder why that take him so long to do that. They must think something's gone... He's got a funky intrigue here. But I don't see how you do... Whatever the intrigue is, like, you just go Fremkit here and you suss it from there. I think accept contract's fine for Shaddam. He can't go Spice Refinery and make a bump, unfortunately. He's also got no way to generate the money for the water here. I think he's going to go Refinery. So he's just going to take some cash in hand. I think he's looking to go gather support here. Gurney going to continue to blast it in. Pulls his second dagger. So just going all in here. He has to on this conflict, but it's top piling as well. Very strong. So Fade can go Espionage immediately. And I think he should just get that spy down and just start hitting it with Public Spectacle. Like, you've set yourself up for this. Like, you've got to do it, right? And your hand's not that great. Yeah, you just have to. There's no... Wow, no, he doesn't. He's actually going to commit himself to Desert Tactics. I guess he figures he can get the Spice, but he's going to hope to pull Diplo with Public Spectacle is his plan here. But it's not guaranteed. There are worlds he pulls one, but not the other. Like, 1 out of 6, he doesn't find Diplo, and he's going to be in trouble if he doesn't. He's going to take a gamble here and get stuck in with Desert Tactics, I guess. Figures he's got to try and get something out of the conflict. But it's a little dangerous, this. So Muad'Dib's just going to Siege and Ring here. Six Persuasion in hand. You don't want to draw a card? No? It's mandatory, he has to draw a card. There we go. Finds his dagger. But I do think part of him was considering going Imperial Basin to end Spice's power in this fight. I think part of him was definitely thinking about it. I think he should just go Siege. It's worth considering. So, I don't know what Shaddam's going to do here. I feel like Shaddam should gather support and get his and get the stuff. If he might just go Imperial Basin and just build up some supplies, though. No, accept contract. So he is going to spin his cards here. A little risky, this. Finds another Dune. He'll be happy enough to see that. Maybe he thinks he can get to Hagar Basin enough times and get it in with and get harvest cells and harvest off of Hagar Basin before Spice. It's possible. Gurney Halleck, I think, is going to go Hager Basin, though. Yeah, he does. So, Shadam will have to rely upon finding Diplo and spinning a Triangle Access card, which is far from guaranteed. Fade with 5 has nowhere to go. It's a mandatory early reveal this time. It wasn't optional. But he'll take branching. Obviously, he's just going to commit himself down that route. No shocks there. Muad'Dib with 6. Shashakli comes off for... Oh my god, Muad'Dib's going to get Shashakli. Oh dear me. He wanted Charney. Both the contract Imperium cards are out there as well. That could be of interest. I don't think it's going to be of interest right now to Muad'Dib, but Shashakli or Charney, and you'd think he goes Shashakli a lot. Shashakli's just really strong. And does... Gurney is going to reveal for 4. He was hoping to pick up Shashakli there. Hoping that he Muad'Dib takes Charney, but doesn't. Gurney's only choice is Double Agent, which is not the worst card in the world, actually. I think Double Agent's okay. Shadam with 5 will take Space in Guild's favor. Just not going to get involved in any combat. He's going to wait for a pair with his mouse, get stuck in, match it, and then just rock and roll from there, basically. And Gurney finds Truesayer, so he'll take that instead. That was a pretty useful pill off for him. And Public Spectacle number 2's out there, by the way. This is going to be eventful. So no comment resolved. Gurney wins it. And is going to pick up the extra bonus point as well. So all 3 of them ready to start hitting to hooks here. Pretty crazy, isn't it? We're at the end of the second round, and 3 players have already got the Siege access. It's pretty insane. So, what does Shadam draw? Does he find his access? He does. Lucky boy. Emperor Shadam. Very lucky boy. So, he can definitely deliver and Deep Desert, and that is totally on for him here. But he might decide to go in Basin first. But he does give up the harvest contract if he does. So, a little dangerous. Gurney just has to get more water, of course, for Hager Basin. For later on. Siege for Fade. As Gurney didn't actually draw the access for Siege there. So, Gurney's going to go Espionage instead and block that up. So, that means Fade can't actually... use it, which means Fade's not going to be able to use Public Spectacles. Now he's having to go to Siege, so it's kind of a bit awkward for both of them. Gurney Halleck has pulled every faction card in his deck. It's Protect the Sieges the conflict, by the way, which is absolutely absurd. You have to put it on Hager Basin. You gotta go Hager Basin here, right? You gotta get a worm on this. It's a matching conflict for you. You have to guarantee access there. I know you want to use your Diplo, but I feel like this is... Wow, he's going to give it up. This is such an insane conflict for you. It's got to be worms. You've got to guarantee the worms and just guarantee winning this. There's so much war on here. There's free water, alliances, it's a match. I think it'd be crazy not to give yourself guaranteed access here. Well, Muad'Dib's just going Hager Basin, surely, right? But Muad'Dib is considering Spice Refinery Deep Desert. Well, I thought he was thinking about it. Thought he was thinking about it, but no, he's going to make him spend his spy here. Problem is, his Spice's power is not active, and there's no way to get it active. And there's bonus spice building at Deep Desert. I think I would have preferred Refinery Deep Desert, personally. I think he's like, hoping to get back to Deep Desert, I suppose. Or get back to Refinery, but I don't really know. Anyways, Back to Shaddam. Is Shaddam just going to blast in here? Looks like it. It's a matching conflict for him. Yeah, he's just going to close his eyes and get it in and say, all right, let's dance. So Distraction gets played, which is good, but the problem is they now know he doesn't have a battle intrigue. That's the only downside here. But it's hard for Muad'Dib to get more troops, and so it probably isn't going to matter too much. Gurney's going to use Seek Allies. Just getting his espionage contract. Yep, makes sense. Vader's full persuasion. Is he going to early reveal for second public spectacle? I would not put it past him. I would not put it past him when Gurney Halleck takes the espionage contract as well. Well, you'd hope Shaddam would take it ahead of you, but I can see Vader Alpha revealing early again for double spectacle here and just hoping it all works itself out. You're giving up on the bumps, but you're getting the spy at least. I could see him doing it. I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's the right call. But it doesn't feel like the wrong call, if that makes sense. Having both spectacles is powerful. The problem is he doesn't have espionage spy, but I think he's just going to do it and take both spectacles and hope that it powers him mid to late game. It's a little trickier because Shaddam's out there, though. He's not going to have as much uncontested. Like, Shaddam is going to fight him for alliances, you'd imagine. He's not going to have it all his own way. If he doesn't take an action, he has to assume he loses spectacle. I think he's just going to reveal and take it, and just hope that it works itself out. It's a big call either way. But yeah. So he gets a spy down. It'll go to the Fremen, maybe. No, I think it doesn't. He wants to draw cards, of course. So Spectacle 2 is taken. And we'll see how it compares to the TM of old. I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but I would argue he put his spy down and then pulled a card and saw new info. I don't know if that means he shouldn't be able to move his spy though. I'm not gonna police that as table. If anyone's got an objection, they can raise that. But I don't know. Is that objectionable? I think I was at that table. I would tell him, no, it's got to stay there. You've pulled new information. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that with you? Is that like, you know, you've chosen to do it in that order? I don't know. Like in a casual game, sure, but this is a tournament. But I'm not going to interject myself here. If they've got an objection, they can raise it. Anyways. So Muad'Dib's got an action. He might as well just go refinery and pick up some water. I don't see what else he could do here. Except, again, going assembly hall and hoping to fluke an intrigue. By the way, Spice's power, is it? It's troops, right? Yeah, it's troops. You can't retreat, worms. I was just making sure. Anyways. So Shaddam with 4 and a couple of daggers is going to take this down. He'll be pretty happy to get this done and dusted, truthfully. Not sure what he's going to buy here. Did he just take Southern Elders for the faction access? He's looking at Double Agent, which I also don't hate. He's thinking for shipping, basically, and re-hitting that. Southern Elders for Gurney. I don't think he's got any matching Bene Gesserit in his deck currently, but, you know, we'll see. He took 1 card, guys. Like, this is whatever. Gurney just getting more spies down as well. So, Muad'Dib is off. The great thing with Wheels and Wheels, it's a great enabler of getting to Imperial Privilege really early, because you're making money off the moves as well, so it helps pay for privilege. It's pretty nice. So, nothing to play here. Shaddam gets his pair conflict. He'll be happy to get it done and dusted here. It's going to be open season on third rewards, though. He's be giving those very cheaply to his opposition, but he's like, so be it. Pair's a pair. He'll take it. A 6 spice and the 2 troops for Muad'Dib. A couple of spice to fade and we'll move on. Next up is Shadow Contest. And the worms are going to keep coming here. Everyone wants a piece of this. Gurney doesn't have the hook access yet, however, so he's just got to get that established now. Shaddam's pulled Spacing Guild Favor, which I think he might just use. Shaddam's got to get himself to... he's got to get his Swordmaster as soon as possible. He must make sure he tries to get there before anyone else. I don't think he can beat Muad'Dib to it, unfortunately. Because no one's blocking Muad'Dib from going to Spice Refinery, but... Shaddam needs to get hold of that access pretty quick. Might just go deliver supplies. The thing is, the spice still to get deliver supplies. I don't quite know how Shaddam's going to approach this. I think if Muad'Dib takes the Swordmaster, or gets him ready Swordmaster, I think Shaddam can just take the spice at Deep Desert. He gets his money that way anyways. So Fade, of course, is starting to fire in. He's got it. The thing is, Fade is desperately... He's going to be reliant on his spies here. He's got branching past. He's an alliance he's going to want to try and get hold of here. It's going to be tricky. So, worming first up. Obviously, this is a battle he absolutely feels he has to win here, and he's going to commit every single thing he's got, surely, to try to win this. It's really scary because Muad'Dib's got Spice's power, and that could get a little messy. Might deny him in this fight. It'd be pretty brutal to Fade because of the power of espionage, of just everything. Fade Alpha is desperately needed in this alliance. The problem is Muad'Dib doesn't actually have Swordmaster access. So, like, normally he would just go Refinery. I don't know if his next card can be a dagger or not. I assume Shaddam's just going to go spacing... Is assuming he's just going to go to deliver supplies here. I suspect we'll see deliver supplies in Deep Desert. I suppose deliver supplies he is going to draw, so that could be a bit tricky. Did he go to Refinery and forget to cash that? Ooh. Well. Looks like that was missed. And suddenly, now he can maybe even go research station. Or does he go deliver supplies himself? He does. He's gonna put Shaddam. He's gonna put Shaddam to task here and say, "Well, if you want to take it, you got to get it now." Yep. So, forced into it. Obviously, it was not what he wanted to do. Was hoping to hit the deliver supplies himself, which means that Shaddam cannot get to shipping. That was what Shaddam wanted to do, was deliver supplies, space, shipping, that sort of thing. That has been denied to him. He's going to have to go... It's going to slow him down a little here. He does have the spy there, at least, I guess. But he doesn't have to play... He could just reveal Spacing Guild Favor and just pay 3 spice for the bump. That might be better for him, actually, here. Goni's got Diplo. Hard for him to really get involved here. I suspect he's just going to go Secrets, probably. Maybe go Dutiful. I don't know. I feel like he should just look to get Wheels Within Wheels going. He might also charge the Fremen, which is exactly what he does do. He goes Fremkit. He's going to make a punt for the Alliance here. Figures there's a chance for him to go for it. Pulls Southern Elders, which is... I mean, it's a water, but no Fremen Bond coming. Fade's going to have to commit into this. Like, Fade knows he has to win this fight, surely. It's too important for him to give this up. He's surely just going to go Arakeen and just fire in. But he's very concerned about Muad'Dib. No, look at this. Wow. He's going to call Muad'Dib's bluff and say, you're not getting involved here. He's only got one spy left. Notice he didn't pull it. And he's keeping his dagger. So I think Feyd-Rautha is 100% prepared to lift his spy here. If he feels he has to do it. What does Muad'Dib want to do here? Research station is there. I can't see him going there, though. Arakin's still sitting there. He can draw from that. Muad'Dib can make Feyd-Rautha's day very miserable indeed. It's a huge, huge blow to Feyd if he loses this conflict. It's not a bad win for Muad'Dib either. It's a bump. It's a useful one. I think he's going to go Arakin and see what happens. Ring was the last card, so he could have gone Refinery and got his Swordmaster. Decided not to bother. Doesn't have to trash the draw with Shishakli, but you know, surely just gets rid of the dagger here, you'd imagine. I don't know. Some people are more willing to get stuck in with conflicts that don't necessarily match them than others. I guess we'll see. So he has to draw. Is he going to get himself stuck in here? He's got the resources to do it. Pulls his other dagger. I don't get the impression he's going to. Looks like Feyd-Rautha is going to be allowed the Bene Gesserit alliance here. Which is pretty huge. So Feyd breathes a sigh of relief. Shaddam opts to take the bump anyways. Pulls his ring. Oops. I think I'd have gone Assembly Hall and just taken the spice and let it get me there. I want to see Spacing Guild as much as possible, and drawing his ring is not what he wanted. I think that's backfired a little there. Anyways, Gurney just takes a repair and calls it a day. Feyd-Rautha knows he's good. He assumes he's good. So doesn't pull the spy. Muad'Dib was 6. Magi just takes Chani here. Most of the time. Just be ultra aggressive. Could also maybe go like ecological or something, but Chani just seems such an obvious pick here. And does go for it. So very powerful. And Shaddam's actually going to find himself the other Spaces Guild fave, which is kind of crazy, and I think he's going to take it. He did have, I think, half an idea of going for a contract card. And that's why I would have liked going Dagger, is that maybe you then pick up, like, priority contracts on the left there. But I guess Spaces Guild favor 2's there. You might as well go for it, right? I think I'd be taking that. Seems good to me. Yep. So nothing happened here. Feyd takes it down. He'll be very happy with us. Gurney will take second. Spice and a troop for Shaddam, which he'll live with. But yeah, huge result here for Feyd-Rautha. Double public spectacle. I gotta be honest, and the fact he's got branching path, I think that might have required a block there, but not to be. Anyway, Shaddam's favorite and Ornithopter, which is amazing. So Feyd pairs off the combat. And Gurney Halleck finds unexpected allies. What in the heck are these intrigues? Absolutely ridiculous. And suddenly it feels pretty bad to be Emperor Shaddam here. And round 5 is Trome Security, which is like one of the most insane worm combats in the entire game. That and Protected Speeches are the two crazy ones, and we find them both. What is going on here? Benny Alliance is taken. He pulls Public Spectacle and Branching Path. He didn't want to see both. That gives him reinforcements. I don't think he'll ever use it here, but it's nice to have in the back pocket. The one thing Fade Alpha desperately needs is he needs action economy. He desperately needs action economy to make use of his deck. He needs to get his access to Swordmaster as soon as possible, but it's getting a little funky to try and make it, though. Muad'Dib passes up Swordmaster for a second time. Apparently, you know, the action economy's not important to Muad'Dib. He thinks he'll be alright without it. I mean, she just ships, right? Surely you just ship Swordmaster Sardaukar, right? Or something along those lines. You've got coordination. Could be of interest. I think he used Double Agent to do the shipping, so he gets his spy down. Yep, so he can get there later on. I don't know. The thing is with this combat as well, it makes... Normally I'd say probably just try and go for the space lines, but this combat makes it a bit awkward. I think he might just not worry about it. Because he knows he's going to be in hassle here. Fade Ralph is going to have full license just to blast away at whatever here. Gurney has to go Fremen. He's got to try and get in front of the Alliance because of the scares that Fade Ralph possesses here. The danger that could come later on. So he's got to get in front here. No shock about that. Fade's at 9, by the way. He does actually have Spiceless Flow. I actually don't hate going like Fremkit here. I think you've got to try and get that Spiceless Flow point. The road's not great for you at all. Don't really need Truthsayer. You don't really need the contract cards. I think except Contract or Fremkit are both fine. I think Fremkit is fun because, like, obviously that makes Gurney very nervous and it's going to force him to have to try and defend the Alliance a little bit actively. But you're also worried about acting and not finding an influence off of the next card. That would not be too good. You also don't really want to find your Ring either. You don't really want to draw. You feel like you should kind of do something. Spectacle obviously can't be used. Branching Path doesn't feel good right now. You've no spies. I think Fremkit is okay. It's a bit of a gamble, though. Same for Accept Contract. Accept Contract, you could get, like, the cheap High Council. Get the Council Rebate Contract. That looks pretty good for you as well. That's the only two moves I think it's either Contract, Fremkit, or you just reveal and take the point. But you've revealed early twice, and that doesn't feel too great. But you've got the kind of deck where maybe that's what you want to do. He's also considering going Refinery with Branching Path just to get Swordmaster. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to sacrifice here and just go for it, which I think's not unreasonable. So he can trash an Intrigue for a new one in a couple of spice on the side. Finds Devour, which will be useful later. Not right now, though. He figures, well, Muad'Dib's passed up Swordmaster twice. I guess I might as well just get stuck in. Oh, well, hold on a second. Fade is going to use Mercenaries here. Oh, no. Give that to the guy with double public spectacle. Fade Ralph is trying to get second place here, is what he's doing. He figures Muad'Dib's going to go for the win, so he's just trying to get in front of Gurney. Muad'Dib decides not to Deep Desert. It's just going to go Haggar Base instead, blocking worms for other people, which is probably reasonable, actually. He's going to keep hold of Shishakli for the 2 swords. Swordmaster for Shaddam. Does Gurney Halleck Deep Desert here? He's being dead into it. Muad'Dib's sitting there with Spice's power, ready to fire off if he does. Gurney Halleck's not going to be able to help himself here. If he goes, well, if I lose, second place is fine with me. This is the one silly combat. It's one the only combat I'm not a big fan of, where second place is sometimes even better than first. Sometimes for some people, like they're almost parity. It feels sometimes it's kind of absurd. Anyways, so Fade with 7. Just gonna put down spies. Normally you put them on faction spots, but they're pretty heavily contested here. I assume he just goes like, I don't know what you take. As decent cards out, he's not going to take any of them, which is pretty insane. I think I would have at least considered priority contracts just for a 2 spice reveal. But not interested. Couple of swords for Muad'Dib. Unfortunately, he's going to have to use all of Spice's power to win this, but I don't see how he's not going to use Spice's power here. Truthsayer is taken. Guild Spy turns up, which is kind of weird, actually. Shaddam has got an action. Oh my god, Gurney Halleck's got 2 faction spies down. Oh no. Wow. What is Shaddam going to do here? I assume he's going to go to the Emperor. I just don't know if he's going to go dutiful, if he is going to coordinate. Nah, it doesn't bother. He's going to get his contract ready for later on, though. Seems reasonable. So that's the alliance he's going to go for. Gurney Halleck's going to get Guild Spy. He gets a 3rd spy, which he can put on Hager Basin as well. This is absolutely insane run out here for Gurney. Just put on Hager Basin. Like, surely. No, he's trying to get his access to Swordmaster guaranteed. I guess that's also fine. Yeah, both are reasonable. Anyways, she's down with a couple. Not much to buy. Desert Power turns up in the road, by the way, which is more carnage for worms. It's the problem when you're the one leader who's not doing combat in a game where everyone's going to be just doing tons of worms. You do not want all these worm cards coming out. So, is Muad'Dib Spice's powering here, or is he just going to live with 2nd place? I don't know if he's actually going to pull the trigger. I'm not entirely sure. Fade Ralph is considering using Devour just to trash a card. I think Muad'Dib has to fire this out. Yeah, I think he has to. Doesn't feel great when blue then passes. He feels like, oh, it's pretty expensive, but, you know. I think you gotta take those points when they're there. You can't really let Gurney have it. He's at 5, you're at 2. You feel you're behind here. You feel like you kinda just gotta go for it. So Gurney's going to look to go espionage here and get his Swordmaster going. Couple of contracts of Muad'Dib as well. I suspect he'll take the High Council contracts. Don't know what Muad'Dib's doing there, taking Bene Gesserit bumps. That's definitely not how that works. Fade Ralph has... Oh my god. Fade Ralph has... Oh, he found the Chris Knife one, so he's got that one. So he'll take High Council, and he'll probably take whatever turns up on the right side. I don't think he's ever going Research Station, really, a lot of this game. But he might. I don't know. I think he will take High Council contract, though. Gives him some options. As I don't know. Depends which way he sees it. He's going to go that way. Highliner contract comes out. He will automatically take that. Both High Council contracts are out there as well. That looks pretty attractive for the likes of Shaddam. And we'll move on. Tessa's loyalty is next. Not a single walled conflict has come out yet. Feels bad for Emperor Shaddam. Feels bad. I don't know what happened there with green. I wasn't looking. I think he must have clicked draw accidentally or something. I don't know. They're in a call. They'll sort it out. The only good thing that is going on for Shaddam is he's got action economy, and no one else is, like, it's yet able to get hold of Swordmaster. Gurney did not pull espionage access. Huh. What's Muad'Dib going to do here? He could research station now, admittedly. He's got Chani in hand as well. He could throw in all 4 and save a couple of those troops. He's got guaranteed Swordmaster. Well, the problem is both blue and red could have intrigues to cut in the way here. So it's not guaranteed. He's at the first of the money, but if any of them have got market opportunity, well, if red's got market opportunity, or if either of them have got is it contingency, I think it is? 2 Solari free swords, that one. So it doesn't make it quite as clear cut. But he could go for it. The problem is like, obviously you say, well, there's money in the conflict share, and yes, you're right. The problem is he's first to act now. Then he's going to be behind the queue, and he does not have privileged access. So I think he might talk himself into research station. But no. Figures, well, I got to get worms in. Which I guess is true. Did Muad'Dib pull an intrigue last round for his, I think he's just looking at that. Yeah, I've just realized, I don't think he drew an intrigue. I'm not sure. I'm not going to step in. If he's past it at this point, it's too late. Unless the table agrees. But I think he's thinking, oh, I'm not sure I pulled an intrigue. So that's up to the table to decide. Once you click end, once you put out the next round, it's kind of history. Anyways, Shaddam, what does he want to do? He's got double agent. Oh, not a good conflict for him, really. It's one that if he committed himself, he might try and win it. The problem is Muad'Dib's going to commit himself here because it's just more faction bumps. He's just worm-tastic around here. The problem is Shaddam, it just doesn't feel good for Shaddam at the moment. I feel like feels pretty behind here. I wonder if he's going to get in front of the Spacing Alliance. He feels he's got to try and stop Muad'Dib from just running away with this. He might talk himself into this. He'd get the money back. Guess not. Guess not. He's not going to get involved. He's hoping that Fade goes after the Fremen Alliance. And those two fight, and he's able to just secure the Emperor and call it a day. Doesn't feel the best, though. Gurney just goes base in, takes some spice. Not much else he can really do this round. He wants to get to deliver supplies, of course. Put some more... But the problem is he's not got any spice he can put down, so it's not so great. What's going on here? You can't put the spy down until you've gone there. You do realise that. Yeah. It's always agent first. You can't put the spy down before with Signet Ring to then draw. That's not how that works. That'd be pretty busted. So Faye's just gonna, I was like, okay, I guess I'd go for my Swordmaster. No one else is going for it. Muad'Dib has 3 times now passed up Swordmaster. 1 I get fine, but at this point I feel like he should have just got it at this point. You know? It just doesn't feel sustainable to leave that long. I mean, I know this in a way from my... I think back to the North Carolina Invitational game, the quarterfinal game I played, where like I got off to a really strong start, but I mean, I drew a bit awkward, but I was maybe in a position where perhaps what I should have done, like round 4 or 5, is taken like a not good feeling move just to sort myself out later on, because I never got access to Swordmaster because I just kind of drew a bit awkward all the time. It was like felt forced in the moves. And I just said, screw it, let's just go Refinery and just get my Swordmaster ready. I never did, and I kind of petered away at the end, and it all kind of fell apart. The problem is it's hard to win tier 3 conflicts when you've only got 2 actions. Where is this going? He already has the 3 units in the conflict, so he doesn't need to put in any more. To get the intrigue proc. He has second intrigue. It's mandatory, so I have to point this out here. Oh dear. It's pulled Siege Ritual. Well, from an alliance has got very interesting. Shaddam's just gonna get is gonna get Mega Hooks going, I guess. I guess he also feels if he goes Siege, it protects the wall. They can't blow it, which is true. Which is true. And Shaddam would much prefer that the wall was not blown up. He's gotta hope that the next conflict is like, is walled and no one's got away blow. Unfortunately, Gurney Halleck is sitting there with unexpected allies. So Gurney doesn't particularly care. He'll just take the point. Readying up for late deep desert access. Fade Swordmasters. Wadib's got 6 persuasion. Oh, Fade's also going to protect his hand here. Yeah. I suspect... I don't know. I assume Wadib's going to... I don't know what he's going to do with Siege. Is he going to discard a card here? I don't think he's going to. 1 sword, isn't it? Yeah, just double click there. Takes Desert Power. So, I mean, Desert Power is insane. Desert Power is basically like... here have the Haggar base in action on the house. As a reveal. Absolutely insane card, that. Is Shaddam Carino the 4th legitimately eyeing up Highliner here? No. Just going to double his Sardaukar contracts here. He's after delivery agreements. He thinks he might be able to score a point out of this here. But the problem is the spice is getting expensive. He's had a lot of it, but he's burning through it here, and that is a problem. Fade Ralph is still sitting on change allegiances with all this public spectacle stuff going about. Gurney's Fremen Alliance looks as stable as a house of cards that was made by a 6-year-old. So the reveals for 3. I don't think he's going to take anything. I think I would have considered Prepare the Way, truthfully, but... So, Gurney's in a weird spot where, like, he obviously wants to use unexpected allies. The problem is he also can just reveal stockpiling for a point, so he might give up unexpected allies. Unless he can generate more water via Siege and stuff, which he might do. I don't know. He might hit Siege just to get the water and stop people blowing the wall before he uses unexpected allies. I could definitely see him doing that next round, because I don't think Shaddam's ever going there. Fade will probably go Bene Gesserit here. The idea being is that this bump he can then throw away for change allegiances and just charge an alliance out of nowhere. The problem is Floptre he wants to keep hold of, and Devour's not a bad card. +4 swords feel pretty good. Assuming he gets the thing off. Wadib didn't take the intrigue. Oh my god. Well, Wadib didn't take the intrigue off of that again. He's pulled it now. And he's got buy access, which is completely insane. Because he's gonna get money for here as well. So he pulls Public Spectacle, which he didn't want to do. think you should get rid of Devour. I think there are better cards for you out there. Decides to commit the troops. Gotta get rid of Devour here, surely. Oh, you can do better than that. No, keeps it. Well, he must be sure he's getting worms. It's only 2 swords without any worms, so... I think I would have been getting rid of that. That +2 spice is pretty nice. Makes Highliner a much easier proposition next round. I'm a bit surprised he's gone in here. He feels he's got to get in front for the money and the troop here? I guess it keeps the troop away from Gurney, I suppose. I don't know. Bit of a surprise, that. Fade is thinking of spying up over the top right. The problem is, when's he going to get to shipping? Is he going to use change allegiances to get to shipping? But he doesn't have the spice. I don't know what's going to happen here. I can only assume Fade Raff is after High Council. And he's not going to go accept contract High Council and something along those lines. That's what I assume Fade's going to be doing here. And that's why he went hard for it. Anyways, Mardeep takes the point. He'll be pretty happy. Gets a couple of spies. Not a lot of places for them to go, truthfully. Almost every single spy spot is taken. The only spy spots left is, yeah, the city, Imperial Basin, and Assembly Hall. There's only 2 spots left. There's only 1 spy that's not out on that Dams. Everyone else has absolutely got all their spies out on the board. I've never seen a game where all 12 spies are out. I think 11 is a record for me seeing as well. It's like a patchwork out there. Okay. Battle Arakeen then. Our first wall conflict finally comes out. It's a sword, which matches Gurney, and Fade has thrown away the matching crysknife intrigue, so everyone will know that it's not out there. How are we going to proceed here? Shdam pulls his coordination. I'm not sure what his first action here is, though. Shdam needs a ton of spice. Does Shdam just hit Hagar Basin here? 7 spice. Sardaukar coordination is 4. At least 3 spice for Spacing Guild favor for the reveal. Could also go accept contract High Council with the dagger. We'd only get him to 8 persuasion. Wouldn't get him to 9. Oh no, that's not like no. Accept contract would give him a draw. That would give him a spice must flow, and he'd be able to reveal Spacing Guild for a point. Well, get him toward he'd be able to get the Benny point from it. So he probably scores a couple of points here. But this is the problem with Shdam. It's like, it's so hard to win this in this situation. You've got no intrigues giving you any options here. You're reliant purely on your deck, and it's a bad place to be. No endgame options here. Nothing to, like, play for. Except contract it will be. I would not be surprised to see Shdam possibly revealing, depending on what he draws here. I think that's the route he's going to take. So Gurney... just going to take his point here. I guess he just takes the High Council contract. So Fade Raff has pulled double Spectacle. Could this be where he bombs the Fremen Alliance? I think so. I think this alliance is absolutely toast. It's gone. Gurney knows it's gone. I think Gurney knew a while ago that he's never going to be able to hold on to this alliance. I think Fade has to lock this in now. because by access and Seek's Ritual are both out there, and if Gurney's got one of them, he could just go back and cement it. But I guess he feels he might do this, and if Gurney does cement it, then he can just change allegiances and chuck it somewhere else, I guess. But I don't see what other alliance he's going to pick up. I don't see him getting the Emperor Alliance or Spacey Alliance. He's going to try and bait Gurney into defending. I don't think Gurney will bother. I think Gurney must realize it's probably dead here. Here comes by access. So, a pair of bumps. That will take the Spacing Alliance. He must know that he can't really go for the Fremen Alliance anymore here. But it's tempting. He's got Siege Ritual. This seems insane. He can't protect it, though. Oh! Muad'Dib's going for the Fremen Alliance. What? You can't even, like, reveal and just cement it. Whoa. I don't think this is right. When Phaedra Alpha is threatening all sorts of stuff, I guess he figures that he's just going to get there. He's got Seek's Ritual, he's got by access. What could Phaedra Alpha have? But he has the one intrigue that gives him this alliance. Unless Muad'Dib is going to go Desert Tactics right now and seal this. If he's going to do this, he has to seal this alliance. He cannot leave it there. Oh my holy goodness. I think to do that and not cement that alliance is psycho. And he's going to pay the price here. Was that greed from Muad'Dib? I think if you're going to do that, you have to cement it. Or just don't do it at all and do it with the Bene Gesserit or something. And put pressure on that when Fade. If Fade goes for the Fremen Alliance, you put pressure on the Bene Gesserit. Don't think that was the right call. He's gonna absolutely backfire. Anyway, Shaddam hits coordination. Picks up distraction at the same time, which is pretty useful. He just drew that so he can spy out whatever he wants next, which is pretty handy. He's off to Imperial Privilege or High Council. Pulled his dagger. This is for his contracts. And, of course, must pull the contract agent. Recall, you must always pull an agent that is not the one you just put down. He wants to obviously get High Council to score some points here. But now he doesn't have the spice for that, so that's a bit of a problem. Gurney goes to Privilege, knows the alliance is very dead. Trashes unexpected allies. That's gonna raise some eyebrows here. So they must now know he's got strategic stockpiling. Why would he ever trash unexpected allies here? That seems completely bonkers. Well, that's why. He's at 8 points. He pulled secure spice trade from the from Privilege, by the way, which is not bad. But he still doesn't have any Fremen Bond for his Southern Elders. So it's still doing nothing. Favorab's just got a High Council, surely, and just change allegiances. And Muad'Dib's going to hate life. Yep. Big mistake. Big mistake from Muad'Dib. And he's going to pay maximum price here. Huge quantity of resources. I mean, it's not ideal for Fade, obviously, either, but Fade was going to do it anyways, so Muad'Dib won't be a happy man here. And now the players are like, oh, wait a sec, he sacked off unexpected allies? And they're like, what? Yeah, I think Muad'Dib's, yeah, could have made... Well, he's here now. And I suspect he's not enjoying life. It's like the only intrigue he loses to. But Fade did have it, and he should have protected against it. Here's Truth saying, he's like, yeah, well, we're here. I guess you just go secrets? And you prep for Highliner next round? Question mark. I guess. He finds the other one. He finds politics. It's pretty funny. Can't actually pay for it right now, by the way. Meanwhile, Emperor Shaddam is like, there is a combat going on here, guys. You just gonna let me have this? Is Shaddam meant to just worm Hager Basin here? He could go High Council and just guarantee the point. But Hager Basin is still sitting out there. No one has gone there. And if you think Gurney Halleck has got strategic top piling, I think as Shaddam Carino, I think I might worm here with Hager Basin. It's still sitting there. And you can pull the spy, and if you've got a 2 persuasion card like your other Spacing Guild favor, you could end the game right now. Score 3 points off the conflict, end Spiceless Flow, and you win. What many cards he got? He's got 5 cards. I think it's there to go for. I think it's there to go for, and I think Shaddam Carino, he's got 2 agents, remember. I think he's got a worm. I think he's got to get it in here and try and win this, and he can always, if he has to, go High Council. I think he has to do it. And this could be over. In the midst of all the carnage, he finds double agent, which isn't Swordmaster. Oh, he doesn't worm. He'd rather take the spice for Spacing Guild's favor, and he's going to go High Council anyways. It's still 4 points. Spiceless Flow, Bene Gesserit. I guess it is still 4 points, but I think I'd be worming here. I think you've got to try and get in front. But I think this game's over. I think Shaddam is gonna win this, courtesy of the fact that everyone else got so caught up with each other. Pretty insane. Gurney Halleck finds Guild Spy off the espionage draw. The problem is he now doesn't have the spies for stockpiling. Oh, what's he done? This is a ludicrous match. Fade gets the point back. But I think this match is over. I don't think Shaddam's going to get stopped here. Obviously, no one thinks that Shaddam can score 4 points and end the game here, but he definitely can. This is a scrap for second place. Fade has no idea this game's about to end. He hasn't a clue. I don't think anyone realizes that Shaddam's going to end this with no intrigue. How is Emperor Shaddam going to win this game? How is this happening? It's in a horrible spot, it felt like 20 minutes ago. And it just feels like everyone's kind of like taking their eyes off the ball game here. And Shaddam's like, okay, sure, I'll just win this game. Thank you very much. I will say him finding the spy draw off of the Saldo card definitely helped. That was better than it looked. But yeah, Shaddam's at 6. Arakeen point for 7. Spy pool for 8. Oh no, it's not going to end though. He can't get to... Oh no, hold on. Yeah, he can't get to High Council. He'd lose the spy. Oh, I've just realised that he can't actually get there. He needed a 2 persuasion card and go to Assembly Hall. Yeah, I missed that, actually. Uh-oh. Alright, so unfortunately Steam maintenance came at a bad time. We've just had to redo a couple of actions here, which means that Gurney and Muad'Dib have pulled different cards. Should be noted to what they had originally. So I don't think it's going to make a big difference in regards to the situation, but it's fine. So back to Shaddam here. And yeah, he's got 7 persuasion. Yeah, I didn't realize that. If he goes high council, he now has to infiltrate, which means that he now can't end the game because he doesn't have 2 spies down. And there's nothing he can do about that, I don't think. He could go in with... Oh, no, he'd go in with double agent, but then he only has 8 persuasion, although he gets the spy kick off because he gets to put the spy back down, so... Yeah, that's just what he's going to have to do here. There's no Spiceless Load coming, however, so he's still not going to be able to end the game here, so we are going to go one more round. So here come the reveals. Gurney Halleck gets his Spiceless Flow, gets a bump with the Bene Gesserit, courtesy of Guild Spy. She's mandatory, he's got to take it. But yeah, stockpiling is given up here, so he's very fortunate with this game's actually not going to end, because Shaddam actually possibly could have finished it. But I think he's 1 short. Fade's got 9. He's got 11, actually. So he's good for the Spiceless Flow as well. Muad'Dib just limped in. He's got his ring in his hand now, which I think is probably a worse draw than what he had originally, but that is what it is. So he's going to have to just live with 3rd place here. And then Shaddam is going to be painfully close to ending it. The double daggers does him in. So he can get he can take the Benny point that gets him to 7, and then 2 points from conflict gets him to 9, but he cannot end it. So we are going one more round here. Unfortunate. Pxned, if he could have just found his way to the Spiceless Flow, it's game over and he wins. As it is, he's now got to live through another round, and that is going to be pretty harrowing because it's really hard to see how he scores apart from a Spiceless Flow. There's not really anything left for him. And he's just saying there, yeah, like either he takes the extra spy or he should probably use the dagger just to leave the spy on Siege and Research Station, but he's gone down this route. And of course he had to pull the spy from Hager Basin, so he's just saying there's nothing he could do to win it. How many cards he got to draw, though? He's got 4. So I think Shaddam is meant to just take one of the contract in Imperium cards and hope he spins into it. It's just a point if he can reveal it. Yeah, you got to take what points you can here. You've no choice. So, combat it is. Fade can just play... He'll just play like Devour or something, I'm guessing. I don't know. Like, you think he'd play something just to get the... get the intrigue respin, but he might not bother. He might just live with the resources and call it a day. Fade doesn't bother. He really wants to keep on Devour. Really, really wants Devour. He's like absolutely after it. So Fade Rafa is committing himself to this round 8 conflict. Spies go. We move on. Was Shaddam meant to put a worm down? Was that the right move? Maybe it was. I don't know. Anyways, so round 8 is Spice Refinery. Wall is still up, by the way. Oh, of course, the wall was up. He couldn't ever put the worm down. Sorry, I must have suggested that and forgot. Because the whole unexpected allies. So crazy. So, no worm. So, obviously, Gurney's just going to build up for stockpiling. So, that's 2 points. The question is, can he get to Spice Must Flow? That's the problem for Gurney Halleck. He can get to 10. He needs to find a way to 11 here. If he can get the Spice to slow, that's also 2 points. into the fact that I think Gurney Halleck might actually throw away the water to research station, figuring that if he'd lose 1 point but gain 2, and he might have to gamble for it. It's not guaranteed. He's only got 5 persuasion, but he imagine he's pretty likely to get the High Council, so he might go for it. Looks like he's going to arm up for High Council first here. I don't think he'd be worried about Muad'Dib taking it, though. I think he'd probably be research stationing first, but I don't know. Maybe he doesn't expect to get there. Anyways, so Phaedra Alpha will ring it. Gets a couple of spice. But no Highliner access. Fade's hand is tricky. Muad'Dib gets there with the troops, and he's got a worm coming. Oh, but he can't put a worm in because he can't blow the wall. He has to pull a spy and hope to get to Siege and blow it. Has he not pulled the spy? What? He must feel that he can't pull it. And so he's going to lead the spy to block it up. Oh my god, Shidam didn't take a contract Imperium card? What? Man. I think the restart has messed with some people here, perhaps a little bit. Anyways, they're going to let him recall the spy because he's not done anything, not revealed anything, so... Oh, baby doll. It's not a pair conflict for him, but if he thinks if he gets the siege, it's a point. Also, Spice Refinery. Oh no, he doesn't have spice for Spice Refinery though. He can't get to 6. So siege is what Muad'Dib's hoping for here, basically. It's his best bet. Don't know what Shadam's going to do here. Shadam, like, he can score 1 point. I don't know how he's ever going to score 2, though. I guess he uses his signet ring to generate a coin so he can hit privilege. Green can't get there, and he will act before blue. So I feel like Shadam could probably do so. The problem is he's completely spent on resources from the last fight is the issue. Like, winning this game at this point seems really hard for Shadam. Second even seems a stretch. 1 persuasion short. Hurts. That's what they say, though. Gotta trash them daggers. Why stuff like that happens, I guess. So, what on earth is the best move for Shadam and Carino here? Honestly, I've no idea. I guess you just... Yeah. Oh, this is all kinds of wretched, this. I think you have to generate the coin with the ring, though, to go to privilege. I think I would have preferred going Assembly Hall, truthfully, to give me an intrigue so I could re-spin it at privilege if I need to. I think I would have preferred that. I guess Gurney. Oh, Gurney taking action. Sorry, he was first to act. Sorry, this reset has really messed with me. So Gurney Halleck is going to try. He's got 6 persuasion at the moment. Gurney Halleck does not spin off either intrigue here, so he's hoping to get to research station, and I think he's gonna get there as well. And I think Gurney Halleck's gonna win this. I think he's gonna be able to secure Spice Must Flow and at least pull off the spice. Fade can't use his worms because the wall is still up. And accept contract's also been blocked, so he only gets one draw out of this, but he has to hit the spy point. I think he's just got to take the Emperor bump here, right? And just try and score the point. It's a bad spot for Vader Alpha, this. It's pretty ugly. He has got the in-game point with Ornithopter. He's going to go for spacing instead. Muad'Dib has to go Siege, surely, and blow the wall now. It's just a point. Yep, there it is.
No! Atomics!
So Gurney gets the research station. I think he's just going to win this. Shaddam... Don't entirely know what Shaddam's going to do here. He's got 8 persuasion. Just assembly hall, take the point. Yeah, pretty much. Feels bad. At least he gets to 10. But he's going to have no spice behind him. He's loses to all tie breaks. Oh, Gurney espionages it instead. Oh, yeah, espionage should have been taken. Oh, yeah, this is 100% the right move then. Do it this way. 6, 7, 8. Oh, he's short. He's missed the spice must flow. Oh, he missed it. He's at 8. He's not got enough. So Gurney Halleck gets nothing for secure spice trade. He's going to have to just live with stockpiling. Went for it all. But he's missed. Fade thinks he just has to protect his alliance because he's scared of Guild Spy. Paul's showing profits, which is doing nothing. Muad'Dib has an action to do. I don't have any idea what. I guess you just go deliver, gather supports? I guess? The bump with Imperium politics is not required. It's not going to be of any use. There's no danger of losing his alliance. So I think you just go gather support and you take the water and the troops for tie breaks. Also going there means if anyone's got detonation, they can't just hit that and put in the stuff. Oh, wait. Oh, Hagar Basin's still sitting there. Oh, and Deep Desert's still sitting there. Okay, never mind. Reset's mess with me, kids. Anyways, yeah, Deep Desert there and you chuck it in. Cool. So, Muad'Dib gets a couple of spice for his troubles as well. So he's going to finish on... He only gets 2 points out of the conflict, though, unfortunately. He only gets 2. Shaddam just has to take the point and call it a day. But 10 is not going to hold here, I don't think. So, Gurney misses. So, gets his stockpiling points. But no spice must flow. Which is terrible news for him. If he hits the spice slow as well, he wins. But he just didn't hit his draw. And he had 2 cards out there. But it was only Guild Spy. Southern Elders wasn't worth much, so it was very hard for him to hit that draw. Very difficult. And he did miss it. Was there anything else Fate could have done there? Gurney could have done? Guess not. So Fade reveals for some stuff. Fade, unfortunately, is going to be languishing in last place here. Which means I think we're going to have a bit of a tie here. Is Gurney Halleck going to win this on Spice Tiebreak? I think he is. I think he wins it on resources over Shaddam. Shaddam's got nothing. Gurney has no endgames. And Muad'Dib can't get to 10. He only scores 2 points here. He doesn't have the money. So he only gets a couple of caches off of the basing point. No matching pair. Vader Alpha has got the Ornithopter match in endgame, but that's it. And he'll be disappointed to have double Spectacle. That's the thing. 1 Spectacle is really good, but I don't think 2 Spectacles is that great because you need so much spy generation. And the fact that he didn't have the Espionage Spy was always going to make it difficult. It was a weird spot. Yeah, double spectacle feels really good, but it's sometimes difficult to use both. Well, he's like, I guess I just protect it. Like, sure. It's not gonna make any difference here. Fade at least will get second place here with his daggers, so he gets an intrigue. I don't know what he could find that would score him a point, apart from the mouse. That's about it. But I don't think anything's going to help him out of fourth place here. So Gurney Hallett takes it down. He missed his Spiceless Flow draw, but stockpiling got him over the line anyways. Shaddam Carino loses the game by 1 persuasion in the previous round. Third place for OMANT, and a disappointing fourth fade or Alpha. I guess Public Spectacle is not as good as TM.
Really hoping to get a Spiceless Flow as well.
I like Shaddam's play though.
Yeah, it was there to go for, but it was like almost impossible to draw.
It was almost. I needed Guilt Spy.
Yeah, you needed you needed to hit like the perfect draw, so it was very hard to.
It was very hard to. I was gonna go there anyway, so it didn't really matter.
It's like you get there, so be it. But
yeah,
obviously the sadness is Yellow's 1 persuasion away from winning the game last round, but nothing you could do there. I don't think. Yeah, the double daggers hurts. Double daggers hurts. I'm a bit surprised. I mean, I know obviously the restart didn't help, but did you have enough persuasion to at least try and pick up one of these cards?
Yeah, I should have. Now that I think of it, yeah.
I mean, obviously the restart was a little didn't help a little bit, but I was like, I think I thought that was what you could at least do there. But it was a bit of a complicated sort of mess. I mean, it looked pretty. To be fair, I think you did pretty well to get second. Like end of round 4ish, it wasn't looking at all good, and all the juicy worm conflicts are coming out, and it's looking kind of gnarly. And obviously you made the spin. I think it was a double spin at Arakeen. I think it was something like that. Was it? I can't recall actually. My memory's getting a little bit off here. Might be in the previous game.
I went here for the.
Oh, that was it. It was there. Sorry, I'm thinking back to the previous game. It's all been a blur. Sorry. But yeah, I feel like second place isn't a bad result. It's it's one of those ones you gave it as good as a spin. I don't think. I can't think of anything you could have done the previous round to get there. I mean, I kept thinking the wall was up, and I was like, but no, it's not. Because obviously once Gurney threw away unexpected allies, it was pretty likely it was obviously sitting on the stop.
I was expecting an in-game entry from him, but yeah.
I was really thinking that there's very little chance I end up winning this combat anyways, right?
Yeah. No, you made the right move. Made the right move, but it's just once you throw it away, it's like, well, he's got stockpiling. Like, what else do you could possibly have?
Yep, like that's the thing. This game saves my tournament chances. My God.
Yeah, pretty much was like that. Other than that, though, yeah, like it was kind of a bit. It was obviously. I mean, like obviously, everyone got to obviously Bart, Shaddam got obviously hooks super quick, which is always going to be the case. When the skirmish comes up, you all want a piece of it, and the double spectacle as well is. I think double spectacle is a lot more awkward than it looks. It looks really good, but I think having both is actually a lot harder to actually use than I think.
I mean, it was very awkward as soon as I did this.
Exactly, yeah. You're so reliant on espionage to get all the value out of double spectacle, and it's one is fine, right. But 2, it's like it's so
brutal.
You can't really generate the spies properly.
Right.
Reliable informant saved our asses.
I was hoping I would. I don't know. That would supplement a bit. I think if I drew it, and then I was able to pop one off every round, it would have worked.
Oh yeah.
But I double drew it sometimes, and then
which is gonna happen. You've obviously got no control. And obviously you've got branching, which you want to be using. It feels bad to not be using that when it's in your hand, and it's kind of action economy as well. You didn't get your Swordmaster until fairly late. There was also some shows like Tumati gave up his Swordmaster 3 times this game, as well. It was really funky. Several times.
I didn't get
Spice Run, but it didn't bother.
Hey, Pxned, have fun with your parents. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
GG's, guys. I'll catch you guys later.
See you
Have a good
later.
night.
Have fun. Bye bye.
Take it, guys.
Like
Right.
I was at the point in time where like Swordmaster was kind of useless. I just wanted the what do you call it?
Oh yeah,
Imperium
for you,
right?
yeah. But it was strange. Like Green, like 3 times could have like gone Spice Refinery just to get it done, and like other things came up, which is the way it goes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It was a funky old match. So he's look at the tables after that one, and it means that Richtro has indeed managed to recover his tournament chances, rocking himself up to 3rd place with victory. It also now means that EV Bomb is guaranteed the top spot of the table and has qualified himself into the quarter-finals after 3 games. It leaves Lannister, Richtro, and OMANT all more or less scrapping over the final automatic qualification place, and all 3 of them play against each other in the final game of the group, also including TTS PCM. So there's going to be a massive scrap for them to see who can secure the final spot there. For Pxned, Beeraffy, and Taka, however, a match with EV Bomb does not look particularly appetizing, but one of the 3 is surely going to need to feel they've got to win this match in order to qualify and make a top 5 finish. It's going to be hard for them to achieve outside, except for maybe Pxned finishing in 2nd place and hoping that TTS does worse. Other than that, though, it's going to be victory or bust. Otherwise, that's going to do it for us here in this one. Interesting little game. Enjoyed it. Again, maybe a little bit of a shame that Shaddam couldn't quite get himself over the line at the end there, but man, did he come close. We will, of course, have more coverage coming for the competition as we go. And yeah, sorry about the reset there. Definitely did mess with stuff a little bit, but it is what it is. Steam is Steam. It will never change. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves. If you do want to watch obviously more from the channel, please feel free to support, follow us as well. We hugely appreciate it. We'll see you in the next conflict.